Guys, what's up, and welcome back to another Sunday video. For the scent of the day, I'm going to take you over to my little scent station and show you what I've got going. Okay, first I have my wax melt warmer going right there, and in it I have this Simply Home Yankee candle, and it's in Bermuda Beach, and I'm just trying to finish that up, and it's almost done. I could probably replace it tomorrow. And then of course my snuggle thing, that's pretty much done. I gotta change that out. And then here's my incense going, and it's of course Nag Champa. I love that one. If you haven't tried it, definitely try that one out. And then here's my little candle. It's just a mini one, and this is a root candle, and it's called bay leaves, so it kind of smells like Christmas in here, and I am not complaining about that. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you will never miss anything interesting. And I also do post on Instagram and Reddit every single day, so if you like daily updated content, be sure to go follow me over on there. So guys, quick little note, and I just need your opinion on something. I did my lips a little bit differently. I just went over the Cupid's bow. So I need your opinion if it looks good or not, because I kind of like it. It kind of makes them look fuller to me, but I don't really know. I was just messing around and trying something new. So now on to the real reason why you're here, and it's for the palette of the week. And the palette of the week is this Pat McGrath Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. And of course I keep the fancy box packaging just because I love the artwork on it. But mine's a little busted right here. It came that way and I was kind of sad about it, but what are you gonna do? So let's get right into the overview. Here's the palette cover right here, and you can get this both in rose gold like I have, or you can get it in black, but it's a very luxury case and it's plastic, and it does have a magnetic closure right here. And when you open it, there's a very large beveled mirror inside, and it's a nice mirror too. And when you look inside, there's 10 shades in here, and there's 9 eyeshadows and 1 pressed pigment, and each of these shades is 1.32 grams. Now, something unique about Pat McGrath palettes are that there are so many different formulas in here, and the ones that I counted are there's 5 different formulas. You have mattes, then you have a duochrome and a triochrome, and then you have metallics, but you have different formulas in the metallics themselves, and then you have a special glittering topper shade. There are only 2 mattes in this palette, but luckily they are very blendable and they go very well together. The duochrome is right here, and it goes from champagne to an opalescent shift. The triochrome is right here, and it is gorgeous. It goes from fuchsia to chartreuse to a golden peach. This is the glittering topper, and it does not have a base pigment. It's just pure sparkle. And the rest of the shades are all metallics, but they all do perform differently. So depending on what type of look you want to create, you can choose the metallic that suits your needs. So this palette has a very nice light to dark gradient, but it doesn't have very many depth options, so you're going to be quite limited in the amount of different looks that you can create. Now I'm going to show you some swatches of this palette so you can see how the shades look up close. So a little bit of information about this palette is this is the follow-up palette to the original Divine Rose palette. And the way Pat McGrath describes it is that it's a glittering grandiflora bouquet of new shades. This palette is not cruelty-free and it is not vegan. All right, and now the part that you've all been waiting for, the cost. The cost of this entire palette is $125. That means the cost of each shade in here is $12.50. And if you want to break that down even further, the cost per gram, you're going to be paying $9.47 per gram. And when I used this, I absolutely loved it. I didn't get any creasing or patchiness with it. I did get quite a bit of kick up in the pans, but I did not get any fallout. And if you're interested in this palette, I definitely recommend it. And last but not least, it's just something that I think I should mention, is that the shade names are not printed on the palette itself. It comes on this separate sheet of paper, which is kind of annoying, but that's just how she does all of her palettes. So what are we waiting for? Let's get right on into the tutorial. Guys, I can't help it. I'm addicted to these things. I cannot stop drinking them. And guess what? I found a whole bunch of these because they changed the packaging up. I found all the old packaging ones at Dollar Tree for $1 a piece. So the look that we're gonna create today is called a winged blend out. And in my opinion, it looks kind of weird, but I do like how it turns out. If you try it, let me know how you like it and what you think about it. But before anything, we're gonna start with our prep, like always. So I'm gonna take my L'Oreal Infallible Long Wearing Eye Pencil and tight line my upper lash line. So the way I tight line is first I hold my eye open like this, and then I color in the actual upper waterline first. And this pencil makes it so easy to do it. I've used a ton of different black eyeliners for this, and this is my favorite one so far. So after I'm done lining the upper waterline, then I just let my eye stay in its natural state. And then I go between each lash and I color in the lash line. Not my upper lash line, just between the actual lashes. If you haven't tried tight lining before, I highly recommend trying it because it really makes a big difference in how your look turns out at the end. Now when you're done tight lining, keep this pencil in easy reach as we will be using this again. And now we're gonna go in with some eye primer. No, this is not the only eye primer I use. This is my favorite and the best eye primer that I use. So whenever I do like a fancy look or something, I always resort to this one. For daily use, I just use like Milani eyeshadow primer or any of my other ones. But when I'm doing something special, this is the one I use. And I already have concealer on my under eye, so I'm just gonna dot this all over my lid space for right now. And for eye primer, I do like to go in with a brush so it evenly distributes the product all over and you don't get any chunks or uneven patches. Now we're gonna start with two different brushes. You're gonna need a fine detail brush, and I'm using the one I just got in that little Texamo set. And the second brush is just a small dome blending brush. And we're gonna start to form a large wing on the outer corner of our eye. I like to start at the edge right here and just go into a straight line. And end it right before it hits my brow. So I ended it right there. The next thing I like to do is start from the inner corner and line my upper lash line with that shade. So this is what you should have, a line and just your upper lash line. Now we're gonna start the outer tip of the wing. We're gonna make a straight line from here to here. My eyes are hooded, so it's hard for me to do wings, but I'm trying to show you the straight line. Now, once you have that wing done, then you can just go ahead and fill it in with the burgundy shade. Now, once you have both wings on, it's time to give them a little blend out. So take your domed blending brush, and you're gonna start at the tip and just make little teeny circles across the entire wing. Okay, when you're done blending that out, it's time to add the next blend out shade. And that's called Naked Blush. So coat your detail brush with that one. And now you're just gonna add this right on top of your harsh line for that wing. And you're gonna do this all the way across the lid too. And as soon as you get done putting that color on, then blend that out just the same way that you did the other color. Okay, so now for the fun part. You're gonna wanna grab a smudger brush and then take your black eye kohl pencil and start at the inner corner of your lash line and line the top of the lash line, like almost on top of that dark purple. and line it all the way across, but don't wing it out. And you want to work with this quickly, so take your smudger brush and then smudge that liner up and out towards the wing. And then smudge it up along the entire lash line. All right, and now a really fun part to apply the trio chrome. So for this, I'm just taking a really tiny detail brush, and after I dip into the trio chrome, I'm gonna start right here and start forming my shape. So I kind of want to take this all the way into this little nook right here on top of the wing. And then all the way into my inner corner. And now once you draw your shape on, go ahead and fill it in with that shade. You just want to fill it in above the wing though. That shade is absolutely everything. I love it. So now what I like to do next is I just take any old blending brush and I go back into Naked Blush, and I wanted to blend this edge on top, kind of just a little bit more on top of that trio chrome. Just about halfway. Okay, for the next step, you want to grab just a tiny brush like this so you can do some precision work with it. And you want to grab some of that topper shade on your brush. And what I did is just lightly tap this topper shade on top of that trio chrome color, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. I'm a person who firmly believes that there cannot be too much glitter. One thing that I really enjoy about this palette are all the special shades pick up so well on a brush that you don't really have to use your fingers for anything, and I love that. For the next step, you're going to grab a pink eyeliner and you're going to fill in your waterline in its entirety. And you know what I work with for the lower lash line, and is a pencil brush. So I'm going into that extreme burgundy shade first. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start about 1/4 inch from my outer corner and make a dot right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and connect this to the top wing. Now once you have the outer part fill in, now we have to go in with that pressed pigment, and we're gonna bring this from our inner corner and connect it to that color we just put on. Now what I recommend doing is taking a micellar wipe or a cotton pad with some micellar water, going around this and cleaning it up. I'm gonna see if I can do it. I already have makeup on, so it might look bad, but we're gonna try. So I just got a cotton pad with micellar water on it, and I'm just gonna go around this edge and clean it up because I don't want it as thick as it is. And I want my lines to be really sharp. All right, I'm gonna put on my mascara and I shall return. And here we are. Here's the finished look using the Pat McGrath Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. And remember, if you do want to see it with lashes on, then click on the link down in the description box and it will take you to the pictorial with the lashes. But I think this is such a pretty palette and it's fun to play with, and some of the shades in here are just otherworldly, and I'm totally excited to play with it some more. And that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you didn't like this video, click the thumbs down button. And until next time,